I'm Andrea Neutzling. I was a 35 Foxtrot for the U.S. Army and U.S. Army Reserves. I deployed to Camp Bucca, Iraq from August 2005 to August 2006. I actually got sick while I was in Iraq. I ended up, at first they thought it was pneumonia, and then they weren't real sure because, well, they said walking pneumonia, but when I got other people sick, they put me on quarters and did blood work. The labs came back as inconclusive for a SARS virus. It just went downhill from there. I started having more trouble breathing. Certain smells would make it harder for me to breathe. After the first winter back, that winter took a major toll on my lungs real bad. So the first winter back made it worse, and then it's just slowly going downhill each time. Yeah, I would say 06 was when I really noticed the breathing issues, and then first time I tried to take a PT test with my reserve unit up in Columbus, they took me 45 minutes to do a 2-mile run. They thought I was having an asthma attack by the time I finished because I was having such a hard time breathing. First initial diagnosis was asthma, but the inhalers that they gave me wasn't working for me. So they finally did the methylcholine challenge, which ruled out any asthma. So they were just like, oh, it's just allergies then. I was like, no, there's seriously something wrong with my lungs. The pulmonary doctor I originally seen at my VA had never heard of the burn pits, didn't know what they were, didn't know anything about them. And mind you, this was even after that nice 35-page letter was sent out to the VAs on burn pit issues, possible related issues. I educated him, and I ended the appointment, went to the front desk and told him I wanted to see a different pulmonary doctor, one that actually knew about burn pits. So they tried to send me to Huntington, West Virginia's VA there. And Huntington was like, oh no, we know about the burn pits. She'll end up needing a lung biopsy. We don't do those here. Send her somewhere else. So they sent me down to Cincinnati VA. And I actually got really lucky with that doctor because that pulmonary doctor was like, yes, because he had originally been on the burn pit panel with the VA for a while too. And he's like, okay, he met me, we started talking. He goes, this is what I think you have. He's like, I think you have the constrictive bronchiolitis. The only way to prove that is through a lung biopsy. And because you're not a smoker and you're healthy and you're really young, he's like, we will have to meet the VA's red tape, we will have to do about 2 years of testing on you to rule out everything else before they will approve that lung biopsy. They had to rule out any vocal cord issues, heart problems, because pulmonary doctors like to blame the heart for the lung problems, while heart doctors like to blame the lungs for heart problems. They ruled out all the other things and got me approved to get a lung biopsy. The approval was given November of 2014. And because of where I was in school, I was like, can we wait until May of 2015? May of 2015 was when they did my lung biopsy. While all that was going on, I had filed my claim for my respiratory issues. I had filed as Gulf War illness, undiagnosed respiratory illnesses, and I even put in there due to burn pit exposure. And I did that in 2011. Kept getting denied, got denied, contacted when it was then Secretary McDonald was in charge of the VA. I emailed him. He got Undersecretary, retired General Hickey, Allison Hickey, to get a hold of me. She got me a new CFP exam within 3 weeks of me contacting them the initial contact, I had a new CMP exam on December 2nd of 2014, and I got my letter in January of 2015 stating that, yes, my lungs are service connected. Got rated 100% because of my cardiopulmonary stress test results showed my FEV1 levels as 14.3 milliliters per kilogram per minute, or milliliters per kilogram per minute, which is really bad. I had my lung biopsy that May. Right after that, my pulmonary doctor retired, and his replacement had my results in his hands. He gives me my results, and then he's like, well, if you'd lose weight, your breathing would be just fine. That's where I ended that, him being my pulmonary doctor, because I'm like, yeah, five different lung conditions are really gonna get better just by me losing weight. Highly doubtful, because one of the lung conditions is the constrictive bronchiolitis obliterans. For the pulmonary side, I actually go to a non-VA doctor, and that's more because the doctor I see now, worked with my original pulmonary doctor at Cincinnati VA, so he does know about the burn pits and stuff. So working with him has been a little easier than trying to educate other doctors that don't know anything about my condition, because they're so used to asthma and COPD and the typical respiratory related conditions. Oh, wow. Last I knew of, yes, I believe he is still accepting new patients. I can never pronounce his name correctly. It's like Tenza or something like that. He is with Fairfield Medical Center in Lancaster, Ohio. He's with the Fairfield Pulmonary Center. Fight. The VA's biggest thing is they tried to deny and keep denying us to get us to stop trying to get our benefits. But fight it. Fight. Don't give it up. Don't be like, well, they said no, so I'm just not going to try anymore. You have to fight them, because that is their goal, is to deny us until we die. We have to fight. We are our best advocate. You're welcome.